Scene 2, Act 2.
Hello! David Graham back with you again to help you with the next step of migrating your T41 to the new X61 computer. And what I want to share with you right now is the steps to complete phase 1 of the process. That is backing up the data from your old computer onto this fancy new iOmega external hard drive. And then the process for that whole collection will transfer to the new computer. So to start, first make sure that the power is plugged in on the back of your device. Second, take your new device, this iOmega drive, plug it up to your old T41, making sure, of course, that the end with the power sticker is not being used, that you just use the other end. You can plug it into any of the available USB ports. When you plug it in, I've plugged this in before, but what you may see is some found new hardware type stuff. If that occurs, just wait for that to finish. Then you'll open up this My Computer space, and you'll see a new drive. We always have the C drive, which is the main hard drive in our computers. You'll see another drive. It may be called local disk D, it may be called local disk E, or it may be called the iOmega. Regardless of what it is, go ahead, it'll have the same kind of icon as this main C. Go ahead and double click it to open it. When you open that, you'll see this program called startdatamigration.exe. What you'll want to do, just double click that, and that'll begin the migration process. It's very simple, very clean. Once it starts up, it'll ask you to log off. This will elevate the privileges to the admin account privileges that are required to perform the full migration. It goes to this state, simply log back in with your account. So once you log in, you'll see this screen come up, and then you'll have this menu. And this is just welcoming you to the field Salesforce data migration process. So you'll click Continue Data Migration. If you have moved all your documents to the My Documents folder, you can check that. If you've transmitted TM successfully prior, you can check that. At this point, the laptop will begin to do a lot of migration steps. You'll see it say preparing for data migration. It'll go through this process. Then it'll be followed up with for TSMs, SDAs, and UMs, it'll be followed up with a TM backup process. And then, as you can see, I've already gotten to that stage. And then after the TM database backup phase is done, it'll go ahead and back up personal data and settings. That whole entire process can take anywhere up to maybe an hour, 2 hours. It really depends on the amount of data that you have kept in your My Docs, how much is having to be backed up and compressed. But in general, you should expect probably about an hour and a half on average to back everything up. While that's backing up, go ahead and take out your X61. And what you'll want to do, the X61, the very first time you log into it, there's a few requirements to make note of. Number one, when you first bring it up and you see the Safe Boot screen, there'll be somebody else's ID in here. What you'll want to do is just make sure that you erase out of that ID and put in your own. In my case, A-Graham-D. And then click Tab, wait a minute, it goes into the password, type in your password. When you log onto your computer the first time, it's going to have to authenticate to the network. So it won't log in all the way as mine just did. Instead, it'll come out and it'll say, it'll ask you to enter your username and password again. What you need to do at this point is go ahead and connect up to the network, or connect up to a cable line. It can be dial-up. What it can't be is Wi-Fi. So without a wireless connection, connect up with Ethernet cable, or from here, or a standard telephone cable from the other side, and go ahead and log into the computer with the remote network access process the way you normally would. Once that's complete, your computer will begin to download some software settings and things. You can just move that to the side and let that just do its thing on the network while you continue with the process on the first computer.